There's a silent war happening inside you, between your brain and your body. You see it every day when your mind says, I'll start eating healthy tomorrow. But then the next day you just find yourself having weird cravings for chocolate or even alcohol. And they're not just weird, they're strong. When you plan your week with discipline but you lose it by Wednesday night, so the rest of the week feels pointless and you give in. The war isn't laziness, it isn't lack of motivation, it's biology. It's a chemical warfare happening inside your brain, shaped by the food that you eat. Because the truth is, your diet doesn't feed your body, it feeds your decisions, your focus, and even your emotional stability. Welcome to the part of the channel where we link diet with your everyday lifestyle choices and how much of an impact your diet has on your life. So today we'll be focusing on the war between your mind and your body. For future videos, we'll discuss the link between diet and a lot of different factors in your lifestyle. Every decision you make around food is a battle between two brain systems, the prefrontal cortex, your rational long-term planner, and the limbic system, your emotional pleasure-seeking side. When you eat foods that are high in sugar or refined carbohydrates, even processed fats, you activate dopamine spikes, the same brain pathway that lights up when someone sees cocaine. So every time you tell yourself, I'll just have one cookie, your brain learns that pleasure comes fast, cheap, and with no effort. That's how your body starts to overrule your mind. Your body isn't sabotaging you, it's following the rewards that you've taught it to expect. And those rewards come from the food that you choose. Your gut is your second brain. Now here's the part most people miss. Your gut has over 500 million neurons, I think, roughly. That's why scientists call it the second brain. This gut-brain axis communicates directly with your emotional center. If your gut microbiome is inflamed or imbalanced, your brain gets a message that something is wrong. And guess how your brain responds? With cravings, anxiety, and what people call brain fog nowadays. Certain gut bacteria actually send signals that make you crave specific food, usually sugary or fatty foods, because that's what they survive on. So sometimes it's not you craving the sugar. When you clean your diet, those microbiomes change, and so do your cravings. You don't force willpower anymore, you feel it naturally. This is why people who eat a high protein, high fiber diet tend to have better impulse and better control, because their blood sugar levels stay stable. Stable energy equals stable decisions. So when people say discipline is a choice, that's not fully true. Discipline is also a gut problem. A stable brain can say no, a starving brain can't. Okay, let's go a bit deeper here. Ever notice how after a big fast food meal you feel tired, irritable, or unmotivated? That's not guilt, that's inflammation. Inflammatory foods like refined carbohydrates, sugar, ultra-processed foods, they raise cytokines in your brain. These are tiny chemical messengers and are usually linked to irritability, fatigue, and in other cases, depression. When inflammation rises, dopamine sensitivity falls. That means the more junk you eat, the less pleasure you feel from it, forcing you to eat even more to get the same high. Stay with me? It's not weakness, it's literally a rewired pleasure system, and the only way to reset it is through nutrition. That is, a healthy balanced diet, choosing nutritious foods that you like. It's much easier that way than having to force yourself into having something that you don't like. Think of every day as a decision loop. You wake up, you feel tired, you grab a cup of coffee, skip breakfast, by noon you're crashing, then you start craving sugar, then you eat the junk food, you feel guilty, and you decide that this will never happen again, but then it happens again the next day or the next week. The loop isn't lack of willpower, it's poor energy management, because your diet decides how much energy your brain has to make good choices. It's why people who eat whole foods tend to think clearly. clearer, react slower, and stress less. Their energy isn't spiking and crashing every few hours. Their brain and body are finally on the same team. Food choices. Your diet is also psychological. Food becomes your coping mechanism, your comfort, your distraction, and your reward. Most people never realize that they are not fighting hunger, they are fighting emotions. Every craving creates a story, maybe stress, boredom, loneliness, exhaustion, even happy thoughts and feelings. But the brain doesn't label emotion, it just asks for dopamine. So it points you to the fastest source, food. That's why changing your diet without changing your mindset never works. You have to train your brain to find pleasure in the progress, not just pleasure in taste. And this is hard. Possible solutions? Well, to win this war, you have to make your body your ally again. That starts with awareness. Ask yourself, did I eat because I was hungry or because I was emotional? Rebuild your base. So start small, do what's achievable, do what's realistic. It's as simple as that. Sometimes we overcomplicate things and make lots of changes all at once. This can backfire. Choose one thing and work on it. Once you're done with that, you'll work on another. You're craving sweets but meant to be reducing your sugar intake. Have a substitute like a fruit. It's still sweet, but then has more nutritious value. If you don't like sweet, there's also artificial sweetness nowadays, so you can get zero options, or a lot of products that you can get that are zero options. Just work on one thing at a time, strengthen that behavior, and you'll keep it in the long term. Distract and delay the cravings, that you'll have them, but then you'll have them a bit later and do an activity that you enjoy. Most cases, you might even forget about the treats. Some honorable mentions that might help with winning this war. Start your day with protein and fiber. It stabilizes your blood sugar levels and your mental focus. Limit sugar, not just for weight, but for clarity. Hydrate. Even mild dehydration increases stress hormones. So drink plenty of water. Sleep, because lack of sleep makes you hungry. Your hunger hormones like ghrelin and leptin, they can go haywire. And move more, not for burning calories, but it's also beneficial for your health. Every movement helps. Do some sort of movement. Go for a walk. Don't sit all day. Maybe your job requires you to sit all day. Do something. When you do these consistently, your brain stops fighting your body, your thoughts become a bit more clearer, and your cravings fade. You finally start doing what you said you would do, because your brain and your body are finally on the same side. So you stop fighting yourself and you start leading yourself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and got some benefit from it, please like and subscribe to the channel. My goal is to provide these videos every weekend showcasing how important diet is to everyday lifestyle. Remember to take care of your body, because it is the only place that you have to live. Hydrate. Yeah. I don't believe in buying water. Water should be free. Petition to make free water, please.